Hello, everyone. I hope that you can hear me. This is Paulette Ms. Music Jackson coming your way with another episode, if you will, of my perspective. And it has been a while. I know it has been a while since I've done uh, one of my videos for this video series. A lot going on, as you all know, dealing with this pandemic and everything that goes along with that, and other things. So yeah, it's been a lot. But I said, you know what, I want to get this. I want to get this out. It's been on my mind for weeks to do, and I said, hey, what better day than on this Sunday to come to all of you and let you know what's on my mind. And the subject I want to talk about tonight is social media and your brand. And what I mean by that is using social media to promote your brand, but not only that. Especially if you are an entrepreneur and you have any type of business, we all have, I think most of us have, as entrepreneurs, business people, we have our personal social media pages and we have professional ones, right? And with that, even with myself, and I'm talking about myself too, from my experiences of dealing with social media and promoting my brand, that yes, we all have personal pages that we put personal stuff on, for the most part, family, friend situation, and so on and so forth. Maybe some inspirational quotes or sharing other people's stuff, so on and so forth. We've done that. We've all done that, I think. But even with that, even though we all have the right to post whatever we like on our social media pages, whatever that may be. I feel as long as it's not disrespectful and degrading to anyone else, will it be man, woman, child, doesn't matter what race, color, creed. As long as you're not being disrespectful and degrading to any other person, post whatever you like. We as followers, don't have to really necessarily agree with everything you post. That's fine. It's gonna happen. Even in conversation, whether you're on the phone, whether you're on new technology now, Zoom or whatever you use, video conferencing or whatever you use, even on the phone, you're not always gonna agree, on things. It's part of life, right? But my thing that's been on my mind and what I've been seeing is that I still feel that us as individuals, as entrepreneurs, as business people, even with our personal pages, you still should be careful about what you post, because you don't know who's watching. You don't know who's listening. And what I have found over the last few years, especially with doing my shows, that everyone may not comment. Everyone may not press that like or love button. But then you put out a product, or you have a show, or you have a painting, or you have photography services, whatever it is, whatever your business, whatever your thing is, whatever your ventures are. You put it out there on your pages, but people may not comment. They might not say anything, so you don't know who's watching, who's listening. You don't know the people that are in your follow line, who may comment once in a while, who may say something, who may contribute, who may whatever. They may tell someone else. We don't know who that someone else is, right? They may come over and try to look at your page, but they may not be following you. They may just be looking. But that person who looks and listens but never comments, it may not be one of your followers, may not be one of your friends or whatever, may reach out to you months later and say, hey, I see you're doing such and such, or I saw this, or I heard this from such and such person, that you do A, B, C, and D. Can we talk? Or whatever the case may be. Can we have a phone conversation? Can we have a meeting? We never know. And in that respect, I have found for myself that, okay, you know what? There are people looking at what you do. There are people who are listening to your voiceover business. They're looking at your page, but they may not say anything. And then they come to you later and send you a message or a text or call you and say, hey, I'd like to utilize your services. I heard about A, B, C, and D. It never knew. I never knew. I've had that happen to me. I promise you, I've had that happen to me. And I never knew this person was listening to a show or listening to my stations or reading my books and reached out to me. And I say all of that to say to you that I think that we all, and I am placing myself in this too, we all should be very careful about what we post and who you associate with on your social media pages. Because everybody's not professional, unfortunately. And again, I'm going to go back to what I said earlier. We all have a right to post whatever we like on our pages. But the question that you have to ask yourself, and I had to ask myself, as I grew and grew and grew in levels of what I do, do you really, is that association really going to help you grow in your brand? Is it going to help you get to that next level? Is it going to help you connect to that next person? You don't know who is looking. You don't know who is listening. You don't know who in your network is saying things about you to other people. And as a friend of mine who is a entrepreneur, she is a graphic artist, professional. I don't just say artist, she's a graphic professional, a branding guru. And she said something, and I've heard other people say this too, but you don't know how your name or when your name is going to be mentioned in a room. And your name could be mentioned to that one huge connection. All connections on some level in the areas that you work in, that you collaborate in, that you're an entrepreneur, that you're building. I think all connections on some level are important to what we all do, what our individual thing is. Because if it's not a great connection, you can learn from it, right? What not to do, what to accept, what not to accept, so on and so forth, right? I have learned that. You have to be careful what you put on your pages. You have to be careful of and I see this on Facebook on live feeds. I really do. On social media, and not just the one I named. I didn't really need to name that, but it's out there. Even videos that you do. You have to be careful, I think. I feel. In what you say, how you say it, how you look, how you present yourself. You are your brand. We are our brand. These are the faces of your brand. And if you don't hire someone else to speak for your brand or speak for you or do an interview, whatever, you're the face of your company. You're the face of your brand. So every little thing you do, you say, you wear, you whatever, is looked at, whether you believe it or not. One mistake in posting something, whether it's written, whether you're getting on video, whether you're on live or whatever it is, one or two mistakes of that can turn somebody, a potential business person, completely off. Now again, post whatever you like. But I had to think about that too. It's like, what you're posting, is that really gonna, I mean, it's okay to laugh. Don't get me wrong, it's okay to laugh and have a comic relief and have inspirational sayings and quotes and all that. is necessary sometimes to get through the day and to encourage not only yourself, but other people. I try to do that. I try to encourage myself daily and others. I try to share things that I've gone through to help and motivate other people and to keep motivating myself to keep pushing forward and to remember everything that I've accomplished. And I pray that I'm helping and motivating someone else as I'm motivating and praying for myself. But we have to be careful about what we post. In promotion, in marketing yourself. And everything up under your umbrella, that is your brand. Be careful what you say, who you have in your circle. And I don't mean, people you hang out with and whatever. I'm talking about your social media circle. Because sometimes people will post things on your own, or try to post things on your page or whatever. They may not coincide with who you are and what you're trying to build. And I learned that the hard way. It's not about being, feeling like you're being better than anybody else. It has nothing to do with that. What it has to do with is protecting yourself and your brand. And putting the best you that you can out there. Social media is a powerful tool if used correctly. If utilized correctly, it could be a powerful tool in helping marketing and promoting your brand, your business. Yeah, it's great. Keeping touch with family and friends you don't see every day. Sure. That's what initially it was created for, I think. But it has grown and morphed into something so beyond that. More and more people are using it for business and for marketing and for connections, which is great. I've connected with a lot of people through social media. And I was reluctant to get on social media. I've been on social media now for, FB, for since 2009? But I was reluctant. I fought tooth and nail. But here I am. And that has grown. It has grown. It's grown. So bottom line, everyone, my point to all of this today, to watch what you do on your social media pages, because you don't know who's looking. You are promoting yourself. You are the face of your brand. You are the voice of your brand. And you don't know who's looking. You don't know who's watching. You don't know who's listening. You know who's talking about you in a meeting, in a production meeting or a creative meeting. You don't know. Somebody say, you know what? I saw Paulette Jackson's, I heard her show, or I saw her video of my perspective. I think she's great. I think she's whatever. I think we can use her on this project. Well, whatever. It could be whatever. But we don't know who's talking about you in the background, who's talking about your brand. Be careful what you post. Be careful how you're looking, how you sound. Speak with intelligence. Learn stuff every day. You're never too old. And I never knew. It was like, oh yeah, okay, what does that mean? You're never too old to learn. Okay, whatever. Yeah, you're never too old to learn, because I'm still learning stuff. Absolutely. At times, is it scary? Is it overwhelming? It could be. But when you get it, when you learn more and more to help you personally as a person and help your brand and utilize that, it's great. And be able to help someone else along the way. But I think we really, just my opinion, my perspective, my view, my experiences, and what I've seen other people do has made me cringe. Like, is that really how you want to promote yourself? Is that how you really want to promote your brand? You say you do A, B, C, and D, but this is how you want to do it? Is this what you really want to post today? Is this how you really want to look in promoting your entire brand? Something to think about. It is something to think about. I've experienced it. I've seen it with other people, other pages, other professionals. And I'm like, you know what? I had to take that and say, you know what? You need to look at what you're posting. Talk about me. Looking at other people's stuff that are not so great. That it's like it made me cringe for them. It's like, ooh, do I say something to them as a colleague? And sometimes I do with my friends. If I say, I don't know if you really maybe want to think about it. And I'm not, please don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to tell anyone what they should and should not post on their personal and professional pages. It's just a suggestion from what I experienced and what I've seen. They may not be quite right because I care about how you promote yourself. I care about how I promote myself. So, it's great to use social media, but let's all do it in a very good way to promote who you are and what you say you do. Because you have you have personal pages, you can post whatever you want, whatever, but it's still a reflection of your brand, whether you believe it or not. Like, oh, my personal page is separate from my business page. It may be separate in theory, in location, but it's all one umbrella. It's still you. It's still you. You're the face of your brand, right? I'm the face of my brand. So even though, yeah, I have a personal page and business pages, still me. People are still looking at that. Like, that's the person that owns Squirt Radio Network. That's the person that owns Janzo Radio. That's the person that owns Ms. Music's Voice. But she posted what? She was looking like what? She said what? She said it in this way? Just something to think about, everyone. Social media and your brand. Think. All right, everyone. That is it for today of my perspective. I am Paulette Ms. Music Jackson coming your way. And I will have another episode of my perspective probably towards the end of the year. Probably a close of year 2020 perspective episode. So a very special New Year's Eve episode is probably coming up. I'm going to think about what I want to say and all that and reflect and share that with all of you. All right, everyone. It's Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will see you very, very soon. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to each and every one of you. Bye.